Okay, I am super excited to talk about today's topic because it's a question that I get often, but I also love it so much because it's secretly my favorite time of the day. And that is my morning routine. My morning routine. I love my morning routine, and I love it so much because it is that one point in the day that I get to just chill and be with myself and do all of the things that make me super happy. But I also get asked all the time, do you really take time every day to do something in the morning? My answer is yes. And also, do you really live up to all the things that you say that you do in the morning? And my answer is yes, most of the time. Because my philosophy is really about intention and also what you need that day, that moment, and for that morning routine. Let me explain. So first off, before I even go into what I actually do, morning routines can sound so cliche about why it's so important to do. You know, all these people say, you gotta do your morning routine. It sets you up for the rest of the day. It gets you going. It creates that space. It creates that time. And as much as that is true, it is also really important to understand why. Because things may be good for you, but if you don't understand why they're good for you, at least this is how I operate. If I don't understand why it's good for me, why am I going to do it? Right? So this is really important for a multitude of reasons. Number one, having a really strong morning routine helps you to actually spend time on you. Instead of having to spend time on your kids or your spouse or your work or any other kind of demands in your life, it is all about you. You taking time for yourself, you taking time and showing self-love, self-appreciation. That's probably the most important thing, honestly, but I'm not going to put this in any kind of hierarchy. Number two, it also helps you to rewire your brain. You are most impressionable first thing in the morning, especially as you come out of that deep slumber from sleeping. Your brain is more tuned into your subconscious. So if you can hit it first thing in the morning and really make an impact on that subconscious brain, you can start to make huge changes in how your body, your brain responds the rest of the day and in any other moments of your life. So it is fabulous for starting to rewire your brain, but also to give you the space to do other brain rewiring techniques. And number three, it helps you to lower your stress. So taking that time when you are not tuning into social media or the news or your email or anything else that is going to distract you away from you just doing you, you are lowering that stress first thing in the morning. And what is so powerful about that is that sets your brain in the way of actually decreasing stress the rest of the day. So if you can start out in a lower stress state, you're tuning, you're rewiring your brain, you're setting your body up for less stress and better responses. So that as your day goes on and more stress and responsibility and all these things start flooding in, now you have this opportunity to be able to access that part of you that may just come a little easier now, and that may not have been there if you didn't take the time to practice slowing down, taking time for yourself, and learning how to just be a little zen more first thing in the morning. All right, so what do I do? Now remember, like I said earlier, I don't do all of these things every single time because I just don't have enough time. Some days I have to see clients starting at like 8 or 8:30 a.m. Other days, I have more time because I don't have any client sessions until maybe 10 or 11 a.m. It just really depends. And the other piece is I go on what makes me feel alive that morning. What do I need? Now, there's a few things that are non-negotiables, which you'll find out in a moment. But outside of that, sometimes I need to move my body. Sometimes I need just to meditate. And depending on how I feel when I check in with myself in the morning, that's what I choose to move towards. It's all about being very intentional and just giving myself what I need, because that's one more way of honoring yourself when you listen to what your body needs. Okay, 2 non-negotiables. When I wake up, the first thing I do before I do anything else, outside of maybe go to the bathroom, is I first grab my lemon water. Half a lemon squeezed into 16 ounces of room temperature water, and chug that down first thing in the morning before anything else, before coffee, before food, before anything. That's the first thing that I do because it hits my digestion, it helps to wake me up, and it brings more clarity to my mind and to also my body. So hydration and the lemon help to bring more alkaline state to my body, but also boost my digestion as well. And then I go for my coffee. Let's be real. I love my coffee first thing in the morning. So then I go for my coffee and I start to get moving. All right. So after my coffee, that's where I'm really going to start to step it up into rewiring my brain, tuning into my subconscious brain, and giving it what it needs. So this is where things can vary depending on what I decide to do. Morning affirmations. This is probably more of a non-negotiable because I literally do this almost every single morning. Is I sit down and I go through some affirmations. I do a little bit of reading. I do some listening of affirmations. I flood my brain with positive thoughts, positive talk, and positive words. Really important for changing and rewiring the brain neural pathways that you currently have embedded that may not be serving you anymore. Great way to start. Then I move on to reading, doing some kind of reading or some kind of journaling. So sometimes it's both, but usually my reading is something that is along a self-help, something that is helping to guide me, helping to build me, helping to make my brain stronger, more positive, or just flooding my system with feel-good information. Mornings for me are all about the feel-good information. That's what I want. So flooding my brain through reading and or doing some journaling. I might do some automatic writing where I'm just sitting and writing everything that comes to mind, or maybe I do some gratitude work and I sit and I think about all the things that I'm grateful for, or maybe I'll even tap into some shadow work, some things that I need to discover, unpack, what needs to expand, what needs to be pushed through. And if that resonates with you, and you want to dive into more journaling, you want to dive into doing something a little bit deeper, something more shadowy kind of side, great prompts for you would be things like, what kind of day do I want to step into and why? What makes me super happy and what makes me feel depleted? What do I feel is my greatest trigger, and how do I work through that trigger? What are some of my strengths, and what are some of my weaknesses? What is not allowing me to move forward right now, and how can I start to change that and move through those obstacles? Those are just some examples to get you started so that you can start to bring a journaling practice in that's going to be powerful, impactful, and help you to move forward more effectively. I also like to have a really cool looking journal. So I make sure to have one that is fancy, that makes me feel good, and that I enjoy actually holding in my hands and being with. For me, it's all about the visuals and the inspiration. I need to feel connected, and having a really pretty journal helps to do that. All right, let's move on in my morning routine. Next, I go into setting up my day planner. This is a really important part for me because I break it down in a few things. So first off, I have my morning planner that I like to put inspirational quotes and stickers and all of that kind of stuff on. Again, anything to help me to just boost my mood. And then when I go in to actually set my day up, I start my day off with actually talking about what am I grateful for? What's one thing that I'm grateful for? And what is one word that I want to create and be today? Today, my word is balanced. I want to feel balanced by the end of my day so that I feel like I am moving more powerfully and I'm back in control of how I want to be. And then from that point, I just list out all the things that I want to focus on today, what kind of things need to pop up, and what kind of tasks do I want to focus on that are going to help to make me feel more balanced. After I feel pretty solid with my planner, I then move on to getting more spiritual, because my spiritual connection helps to define me and my soul and what I need throughout the day to continue to stay more intentional and to feel like I am moving forward. Now, my spiritual connection can come in a multitude of ways. I might talk with my higher power while I'm out for a walk, or maybe I'll sit and do a meditation where I'm feeling connected in that way, or maybe I'll do some oracle card pulls, something that's going to help me to tune in and get a little bit more of a deeper message that I can sit and ponder on, or just feel like I'm being connected and that I'm being supported. The other piece to doing some kind of spiritual connection, and then I guess this isn't a really spiritual connection as it is more energetic and pulling that piece in, but I always like to pick a crystal for the day. I'm big into doing crystals. I love the feel of them. I love the look. I feel like I probably had some connection to this in a former past life, but I love crystals and how they make me feel. So picking a crystal for the week or for the day and seeing how that's going to help me to move forward and just stay focused, even if it is just a piece that I can look at that can help me to focus and stay connected into what I want to be that day, is a powerful way for me to connect in and set up a strong grounding anchor, an anchor to pull me back into who I want to be and how I want to operate in the day. This little beauty right here is a piece of turquoise, Peruvian turquoise. I couldn't get that out. Peruvian turquoise. I love this. And I love the colors, and I love just how it makes me feel when I look at it. That, again, is all about intention and pulling yourself back in. All right. So next, after I do my spiritual work and I do my inner work and I do all of that connection, now it's time for me to move my body. And again, this is all about what I need. So moving my body could be me going for a really strong power walk or a leisurely walk. It could be me going for my run or coming back and doing a HIIT workout. It could be me going for a walk and doing some ab workouts, or it could just be some simple stretching, some yoga, or some mobility work to loosen up my joints, loosen up my body. Again, it's what my body needs. For too long, I spent countless hours pushing myself into these places that didn't feel good. I would run and pound the pavement over and over and over when my body was sore, when I was exhausted, when I didn't feel like doing it, when I felt like I just couldn't even move my legs. And sometimes that was great to get me out of a funk, but other times it just broke my body down. So learning how to listen to my body when I need lower impact doing it, when I need higher impact doing that, it makes such a big difference. And then finally, moving into some breathing work. Some deep breaths just to get my lungs cleared out, to get my body cleared out, to decrease my stress, to connect me back in, to get me into more of that balanced place so that I can start my day out strong, and also to help me carry it on throughout the day. It is really powerful when you can take your day and just own it. Own it with love, own it with your own personal empowerment, own it with saying, I got this today. I'm starting my day out the way I want to start it out because I am priority and I deserve all the love and support that I give everybody else. Now it's my turn. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you come back and hang out with me every single week as I put out new content and new videos. And if you are interested in working any further with me or just knowing more about who I am, check out the notes below. I got lots of details down there for you to explore and to play and to come and join me in all the other areas of life.